simple game in the end. Pick it up, move it on. Be dangerous all the time on offense. Get those matchups on defense. Drop your butt and bend your knees. Got about 2 minutes. Oh yeah, boy. Yeah, Blue. Gotta get up.
The 2003 men's lacrosse team began the season with 3 goals: to win the Atlantic Coast Conference Championship, to reach the NCAA Final Four at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and to win the national championship. To help achieve each of these objectives against the country's most difficult schedule, the Cavaliers adopted a phrase that personified the attitude of the 2003 Hoos: one goal. One goal is often the difference between winning and losing on any given day. If Virginia was going to accomplish each of its stated team objectives, every member of the program had to adopt a singular mindset that every action could mean the difference in scoring the next goal or preventing an opponent's score. The sum of this unified effort would ultimately enable the team to stand as a champion at the end of the season. Virginia opened the season on February 22nd against Drexel. A.J. Shannon led UVA with a career-high 5 goals, while Chris Rotelli scored 4 times as the Cavaliers easily raced by the Dragons 19-8. Head coach Dom Starja had taken 4 previous Cavalier squads to Syracuse, but only once had UVA emerged from the Carrier Dome victorious. This Virginia team was determined to break that trend on March 1st when the Hoos faced the defending NCAA champs. The Cavaliers and Orangemen traded goals throughout much of the first half before Syracuse built an 8-6 lead at the break. In the second half, Virginia exploded with a 7-1 run thanks to stellar defense and goals from A.J. Shannon, Matt Ward, John Christmas, and Joe Yavoli. The run ended in dramatic fashion as Brett Hughes fired a 90-yard pass to Yavoli, who scored just before the third quarter expired to give UVA a 13-10 lead. Syracuse battled back to tie the score at 15 before the Cavaliers gained possession and put the ball in the stick of dynamic attackman John Christmas. Christmas's goal propelled Virginia to a thrilling 16-15 road win over the Orangemen.
We've been very successful over the years, but we think we have the ability to maybe be a dominant program. And coming up here and winning up here in this environment is an important first step, because you can talk about it all you want with the players. You got to do it, you know, and this gives us a real boost of confidence.
The Cavaliers recorded another impressive road win the following week at Princeton. Christmas picked up where he left off against Syracuse by opening the scoring with this impressive goal. But the key to this victory was UVA's outstanding defense and the play of senior midfielder Chris Rotelli. The orange and blue limited the Tigers to 28 shots, and goalie Tillman Johnson made 9 saves. The Who's also won the ground ball battle 42-30. Rotelli scored 4 goals on the afternoon, and this tally in the fourth quarter sealed Virginia's 10-7 win. Rotelli's effort against Princeton was typical of the Rhode Island native's play throughout his senior season. The first-team All-American, midfielder of the year, and Tewaaraton Trophy winner scored 26 goals and recorded 23 assists to become the first midi in school history to reach the 2020 plateau. The ACC Player of the Year proved to be more than just an offensive threat, however, as he often picked up crucial ground balls and exhibited solid defensive play throughout the Cavaliers' 17-game campaign. Virginia ran its record to 5-0 following wins over Notre Dame and Towson. Against the Irish, UVA used a balanced attack as John Christmas scored 4 times, while Chris Rotelli and Matt Ward each tallied 3 goals. Meaty Zach Hefner also netted his first career goal in the convincing 14-8 win. The Who's then posted one of their best defensive performances of the season against NCAA quarterfinalist Towson on March 16th. Goalie Tillman Johnson was stellar in the cage as he recorded 15 saves. The play of the defenseman along with long-stick midfielder Trey Whitty also helped limit the Tigers to just 2 goals. Whitty even got into the scoring act with this tally to start the second half. Midfielder Billy Gladden led Virginia with 3 goals while 11 different Cavaliers registered points in the 10-2 victory. The stellar defensive effort displayed against Towson was typical of the unit's play throughout the season. Led by All-American Brett Hughes, the Orange and Blue often manhandled their opponents through a combination of excellent technique and a rugged, physical style of play. Virginia's 7.47 goals against average is its lowest since the 1986 season. The unit was also directly responsible for UVA's success in winning the battle for ground balls. All-American long-stick midfielder Trey Whitty scooped up 80 ground balls, while senior David Berman recorded 61, the highest total among ACC close defensemen. Fellow senior Ned Bowen had 41 ground balls, and his aggressive style of play often frustrated opponents. Virginia suffered its only 2 losses of the season in late March against Johns Hopkins and Maryland. Both games were 8-7 setbacks in which valiant comeback attempts fell short in the closing seconds. And while the defeats were hard to accept at the time, these games provided valuable lessons for the Who's on their quest for a championship. Following the loss to Maryland, UVA played ACC rivals North Carolina and Duke to finish the regular season conference play. After a lackluster first half against the Tar Heels, Virginia scored the first 3 goals of the third quarter to take a lead they would never relinquish. John Christmas netted 3 goals for the Cavaliers, while Matt Ward scored twice and registered 3 assists. Tillman Johnson was spectacular in the cage as he stopped 14 shots, including several from point-blank range. The junior was named ACC Player of the Week for his effort as UVA improved its record to 6-2. Virginia's midfield starred in the Who's win at Duke on April 12th. Led by seniors Billy Gladden and Chris Rotelli, UVA's middies accounted for 8 of the Cavaliers' 11 goals. Once again, Virginia used a strong third quarter to break open a tight game. A.J. Shannon's extra man goal with 4:29 left in the quarter capped the run in which UVA scored on its first 4 shots of the second half to grab a commanding 8-3 lead. Face-off specialist Jack DeVilliers won 13 of 21 draws to help the Cavaliers maintain possession, and Tillman Johnson posted 12 saves in the win, his 5th double-digit effort in a row. Johnson's strong play continued in the ACC tournament semifinals against North Carolina at Klockner Stadium. In one of his strongest performances of the season, the junior turned back 18 Carolina shots in a driving rainstorm. Virginia took what seemed to be a commanding 12-9 fourth quarter lead behind 3 goals each by John Christmas and Chris Rotelli. But the Tar Heels scored 3 late goals to send the game into overtime. In the extra session, Johnson recorded a save and set the stage for sophomore Joe Yavoli to find Billy Gladden in front of the cage.
We are going to have to beat Duke to the ground and wrestle the crown away from them. Nothing less is going to get it done.
Cavaliers heeded the advice of their coach to dominate Duke in the ACC championship game. Billy Gladden's heroics continued as he scored a career-high 5 goals and was named the tournament MVP. The Blue Devils led 4-3 before UVA displayed tremendous offensive diversity during a 9-1 run that overwhelmed Duke.
Christmas with a shot. Man advantage for Virginia. This is Shannon. And a score! Dixon, the freshman.
Too quick, Gladden.
Again! That's number 5 for number 12.
Meanwhile, Tillman, the Wall Johnson, and the Virginia defense were equally impressive. Johnson recorded 13 saves, and the Hoos allowed just 2 goals in the final 39 minutes of play en route to a 12-6 victory and the ACC championship.
That's the way to go. That's just the first ball, people. That's the way to go. Take care of yourself now. We're not done. We've got a couple more days. You're going to be off tomorrow. You're going to be off Tuesday. We're going to see you Wednesday at 3:30. Take care of yourself. We're being real smart. Real smart. Take care of yourself. Back over the next couple nights. Guys, here's the game ball right here. Cut this in half. If half is to fill it down, the other half is to fill it down.
Virginia closed regular season play with wins over NCAA tournament qualifier Penn State and Denver. The Cavaliers' starting attack of Matt Ward, John Christmas, and Joe Yavoli scored 8 of the team's 11 goals against the Nittany Lions to help secure the victory. Many believe this young offensive unit is the nation's finest. Ward, a freshman, finished 4th on the team in scoring with 46 points as he netted 26 goals and recorded 20 assists. Meanwhile, sophomores Christmas and Yavoli both earned All-American honors. Christmas scored a team-high 36 goals while Yavoli tied for the team lead with 49 points. The Cavaliers entered the NCAA tournament as the 2nd seed with a record of 11-2. Virginia easily dispatched Mount St. Mary's in the opening round. UVA raced out to a 13-1 halftime lead en route to a 19-8 win. 13 different players scored in the victory as many of the team's freshmen saw valuable minutes in tournament play. Virginia advanced to face 8th-ranked Georgetown in the NCAA quarterfinals at Towson. With the score tied at 3 after the first quarter, the Hoos used a dominant effort on both ends of the field to jump out to a 9-3 lead and put the game out of reach. Johnson, who made 16 saves on the afternoon, led the suffocating defensive effort. The Cavaliers also forced numerous Hoya turnovers as Georgetown failed to develop a rhythm on offense. Once again, UVA's attack featured balanced scoring as 9 different players found the net in the 12-7 win. John Christmas led the Hoos with 3 goals while Matt Ward recorded a team-high 3 assists. The win enabled Virginia to advance to the Final Four for the 4th time in 5 years and accomplish the 2nd of the team's 3 goals for the season. Virginia met ACC rival Maryland in the 2nd national semifinal at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore before a record crowd and an ESPN national television audience. This game provided UVA with an opportunity to avenge one of its 2 losses on the season. And in what would become a trend over championship weekend, Tillman Johnson was simply spectacular in the cage.
5-on-3, shot in close, and another big save. They're cutting the middle of the field off. Maryland pushing it in the face of Tillman Johnson, and he makes yet another pushback. In close, great job, 3 fakes, and Johnson with another save, maybe the best save of the day. Serious save. It's a great move by Maryland, it could be a goal, and again, Tillman Johnson just closes the door. Wow, there he is, folks, highlight reel himself, Tillman Johnson just pulling it out of the air.
Johnson's play inspired his teammates as Virginia used a 9-1 run to put the game out of reach.
Matt Ward, another freshman up top. This will be a shot by Gladden, and he's got rope. Lee Zink playing defense. He loses his position. Matt Ward got Zink to slip.
I like what Virginia's doing here. They seem to really found their spacing, and they stick another goal.
Well, the young guy, that's Matt Poske, freshman, who comes up with a huge goal. Down to the wing, Yavoli looks into Dixon. Dixon can't get clear, and Yavoli just rips it, and he finds work behind McCormick. Big shot by Matt Ward. He's going to be the MVP of this game. Givoli looks up top, skips a man, Shannon, and he's got rope for number 11.
Matt Ward and Joe Givoli each recorded a team-high 5 points on the afternoon as the Cavaliers dominated Maryland 14-4 to earn the right to face Johns Hopkins for the national championship.
Let's finish this weekend. Let's go. We got one more to go. Hey, that was the right way the whole way. Hey, game ball. Tillman Johnson. We never stop running today. Special moment. You don't get a lot of these special opportunities. Just like they said the other night at the bank. You cross that line, you make something happen. Let's go get this one. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Virginia got off to a good start in the title game thanks to a shot by the College Player of the Year.
3 years he started for this team. He's in the middle. This is a big trouble. Slides coming. He takes the hard shot. Kelly gets the first goal of the game. It's 1-0 Virginia.
John Christmas connected on this nifty pass to A.J. Shannon, who found the back of the net to give the Cavaliers a 2-0 lead. Then Tillman Johnson made another unbelievable save.
Inside Hopkins and Tillman Johnson again against Cal Berry.
Goals by A.J. Shannon and Billy Gladden staked UVA to a 4-0 lead after the first quarter. The lead grew to 5 thanks to Shannon's third goal of the game.
Skipping a pass, Shannon with the rocket. Shannon has taken over the game. He's got a hat trick.
Hopkins cut Virginia's lead to 2 before Rotelli split the Blue Jays' zone defense with this feed to Matt Ward to stretch the Cavaliers' lead to 6-3. Johnson preserved UVA's advantage by making several great saves in the third quarter. Then, during a man-up opportunity, Rotelli made another pinpoint assist.
Uh-oh, Christmas this time. He buries Rozier.
3 minutes later, A.J. Shannon scored his 4th goal of the game to give the Hoos an 8-5 lead after 3 quarters.
Here comes a shot from Shannon, and he's got rope.
Any hopes of a Johns Hopkins comeback were extinguished by Tillman Johnson early in the 4th quarter.
Up top to Berry, and look at the save by Tillman Johnson. He puts it right back into Berry's stick. He might eat this one, and he takes another save, a 3rd save. Tillman Johnson has entered the surreal world that nobody else has ever gotten to. Unbelievable.
A big hit by Nathan Kenny kept the ball in Virginia's possession late in the game and set the stage for John Christmas to score the Cavaliers' 9th goal of the day.
Christmas takes it anyway, and he'll seal the championship.
Trey Whitty scooped up this ground ball with 1.5 minutes to go as Virginia maintained possession and earned the right to call themselves national champions.
Clock winding down, and you're going to see the new champion of Division I be the Virginia Cavaliers.
Hey, you think that's the right way? That's the way to go. Bring it in, fellas. Great job. From the beginning of the year to this moment right now. We believed in ourselves. We worked our asses off. We made it happen. We got a lot to be proud of. That's a great job. Right in there. Let's go.
The 2003 Virginia men's lacrosse team will be remembered as one of the great squads in Cavalier history. The ACC and national champions won a school record 15 games, and 8 players earned All-American recognition. Chris Rotelli won the Tewaaraton Trophy as the best player in college lacrosse and was named Midfielder of the Year. Meanwhile, Tillman Johnson, the most outstanding player of the NCAA championships, was named the USILA Player of the Year and Goalie of the Year. And despite the fact that UVA will lose key members of its starting midfield and defensive units, the Cavaliers have their sights set on defending their national title in 2004.